In this video, we're going to define, identify, and analyze the discriminant in the quadratic formula and its properties. So the discriminant in the quadratic formula is the expression that is inside the radical. So if I take a look at the quadratic formula, I have x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So when I say that it is the expression inside the radical, it's not including the radical. It's just the b squared minus 4ac. That is the discriminant. Well, what's nice about the discriminant is it actually tells you the roots that are going to exist, not the numbers, but describes the properties and characteristics of the roots. So if we take a look at this chart, the first case that can exist is if your discriminant is greater than 0. Well, if that happens, greater than 0 is a positive number. So if your discriminant is a positive number, you are going to have two real roots, two real solutions, two real zeros. And the reason why is because you can take the square root of a positive number. If your discriminant is less than 0, if your discriminant is negative, then you're going to have two imaginary numbers. And the reason why is because if you have, think about it, a negative number inside of a radical, doesn't matter what the number is. If you have a negative number in the radical, the first step is to take that negative out and turn it into an I for the imaginary numbers. And so if you have a negative number, you're going to have two imaginary numbers. If you have the value discriminant to be the number of 0, because if you think about it, so far we dealt with positive numbers, we dealt with the negative numbers, the only type of number that's left is 0, because it's neither positive nor negative. And so if it is 0, you're only going to have one real solution. And the reason why is because if you have the square root of 0, well, what's the square root of 0? Well, 0. And so if you were to put that into the quadratic formula, if you add or subtract 0, it doesn't change a number. So you're just left with negative b over 2a. And so these are the three cases for the discriminant. And again, what's nice about it is it allows you to analyze what the solutions look like before you find them for it. So if I have a discriminant greater than 0, a positive value, I'm going to have two real numbers, two real solutions. And remember, another word for solutions is roots and zeros. If it's a negative number, you're going to have two imaginary solutions, two imaginary roots, zeros. If it's equal to 0, you're going to have one real solution, one real zero. And so these are the cases for the discriminant. Make sure you're confident with these cases before you move on to the next video in this series.